Coming up this last weekend, Morro Bay's Rotary Club celebrated their 4th annual Ducky Derby.
Cal Poly basketball began practice for the season with their new head coach, Mike DeGeorge.
And a look at how campus police are approaching bike safety.
Broadcasting from Swanson Studios, you're watching Mustang News.
Hello and welcome to Mustang News TV. I'm Natalia Young.
And I'm Evelyn Santa Rosa. Now let's get into today's top stories.
Last Saturday, Morro Bay's Rotary Club put on their 4th Ducky Derby, gathering locals and derby participants for some fundraiser fun. Here is reporter Emma Lightfoot with more.
This last Saturday, Morro Bay's Rotary Club celebrated their 4th annual Ducky Derby. Starting at 8 a.m., participants and locals watched and followed along the race from the Embarcadero all the way to Tidelands Park. Each duck cost $10 to enter and race in the water, with a chance to win up to $1,000 cash. Several individuals personally participated in buying ducks. However, some professionally participated through their businesses and companies, just like Jordan Archman.
So I work at Mechanics Bank and my manager is involved in Rotary, so he kind of brought it all to us and let us buy a duck, and that's how we're here this morning. I think it's important because it brings the community together.
Others were first-timers at the Ducky Derby, like Erez Cherbinsky, who went for fun with his mother.
My mom actually heard about it. She wanted to go see it with me. I like these events because they're silly and funny, and I like to go to them.
Prizes and announcements were given at a surf and turf dinner for participants later that night. For Mustang News, I'm Emma Lightfoot.
The Derby's first place winner did not attend the surf and turf dinner, but was contacted to retrieve their cash prize. Others enjoyed the food, a ticket raffle, and silent auction.
Thrifty Beaches opened a bigger location in downtown San Luis Obispo on September 21st. I went to talk with the business owner, Adam Kemp, and reported his story on how he got his business to this current state.
Thrifty Beaches has been a part of downtown San Luis Obispo since around 2021. It is a curated, reused fashion store that many people, especially students, enjoy going to. Adam Kemp is the owner of Thrifty Beaches. He has always wanted to be an entrepreneur and to own a business. He thought that he would be creating and selling a specific product, but eventually felt like thrifting was his true calling.
You never know what you're going to find, and it's crazy. I've been doing this for 3 years, and very, very, very rarely do I ever come across the same thing twice.
Adam's favorite part about his business is when someone finds something used and loves it so much that they have to buy it. He believes that just because something is used, it doesn't mean that it has less value to it.
Something can be used, and you can have holes and stains and whatever, but it still has value, and that's really cool. And a lot of the value will come from like the quality from like a past time. So
Adam saw a need to open a bigger location for Thrifty Beaches in downtown SLO. He wants young people to feel inspired by the pieces in his business. He has gained so many connections throughout his journey to be able to bring in new styles of clothing from all over California. He also buys clothing from people in the community.
I have a ton of stuff that I have to price that we just got today from people in San Luis Obispo County.
Adam is hoping to expand the name of Thrifty Beaches by branching out into other industries in the future. He's especially looking forward to being able to open a coffee shop one day. To visit Thrifty Beaches, you can find the store at 876 Higuera Street. For Mustang News TV, I'm Evelyn Santa Rosa.
Thrifty Beaches is located on 876 Higuera Street, and they're open from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m.
Coming up after the break, an inside look at a new Cal Poly coach and a recap on the all-out battle that unfolded this weekend. We'll be right back.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
How do you know when you've made the right decision? It's the feeling you get in your gut. The one that tells you what's right or wrong. It's the one that says, sure, I can have a drink. Or the feeling that says, okay, I've been drinking. Now what? It's the voice inside you that says, I'm buzzed. Better leave the car when it's time to go. Plan ahead. Catch a sober ride. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Welcome back to Mustang News TV. Let's get back into today's top stories.
Reporter Jordan Singh covered one of Cal Poly's men's basketball practices, giving us a new look at head coach Mike DeGeorge.
This past week, Cal Poly's men's basketball team began practice for their 2024-25.
You have to commit to doing what the team needs. And right now we need the black squad to go gap, pick, swing to initiate the peel switch.
DeGeorge believes that communication will allow for better pacing and physicality.
Basically, two basic identities. One is physicality and toughness at the defensive end, and then the pace we play with on offense. And so, we really want our guys to understand just how important and how hard it is to do those things on a consistent basis. And you have to develop habits. And right now, they have to think through things still, and we got to get it to the point where they just have habits.
It was a little hard in the beginning to adjust, but now that we've been practicing for so long, the fast pace is really just starting to come naturally, and the confidence we have within the offense is great.
Coach Boucher and Coach DeGeorge have a very, structured way in how they want to run our team, and a lot of it is just by giving guys all the tools and then giving them the freedom to pick what tools they use.
With their new coach and offensive scheme, Cal Poly wants to get the
For more updates on Cal Poly men's basketball, follow Cal Poly MBB on Instagram.
Now for a highlight of the week in Cal Poly sports, reporter Matthew Morin from Santa Barbara, California.
This past weekend, Cal Poly men's soccer took on UC Santa Barbara at Harder Stadium for the second leg of the Blue-Green rivalry. In 2024, Cal Poly has allowed just 8 goals across 11 matches, ranking 22nd in the nation.
So it's always a physical and mental battle in that back line. Their team's really good at getting out in the pockets, getting good crosses in, looking for that back post. So it's always a war, especially coming in here away.
A defensive battle, the match ended 0-0. With key performances coming out from junior goalkeeper Nicky McCune, who recorded 5 saves on the evening. Following the shutout, McCune was named the Big West Defensive Player of the Week for the 3rd time this season.
Just being on my toes, being ready. I'm sure my back line's got my back, but in those moments I got to make a save, and I did. So overall, we're pretty happy. 0-0 result's not bad on the road. So,
with Cal State Bakersfield and Fullerton drawing on the day, the result pushes Cal Poly into a joint 1st place in the Big West Conference.
For us to get the benefit of these results that we've had in the last couple of weeks, we have to take care of business at home. We don't have a short turnaround. We've 1 day less than everybody else. So the guys have got to be back on it tomorrow in training, and then we've got to be ready to get after it at home. And it's one of the goals we've had all season is to make Mustang Field one of the hardest fields to come to, and I think the guys will be ready for that.
After the road trip, Cal Poly will return to Mustang Memorial Field, where they have not lost this season. They will play 2 home games against Sacramento State on October 9th and UC Riverside on October 12th. For Mustang News, I'm Matthew Mirren.
The Mustangs will take on UC Riverside on Saturday at 7 p.m. for their next game at Mustang Memorial Field. The game will be available to stream live on ESPN+.
When we get back from the break, hear more about safety involving a certain mode of transportation and how accuracy is checked for voting polls.
When I was 10, my mom got deported. We had a difficult time, and I feel that's why I didn't get to finish school. My husband is really supportive in a way that he pushed me to go back to school.
She wants to have a career so her kids can look up to her.
They both keep me motivated to go to school, and they see that if I do it, like they can do it too, I feel that everything's possible.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
I am what hunger looks like in America. I am an 8-year-old girl who's not excited for the last day of school. Because this may be the last time I'll have lunch. Till September. I am a single father of two who works 3 part-time jobs, and that's still not enough to put food on the table. I was created by artificial intelligence from faces of the 1 in 8 Americans who struggle with hunger.
Feeding America, 200 food banks strong.
Thanks for tuning in to MNTV. Let's continue with today's top stories.
Reporter Kai Malik brings us a look at how Cal Poly Campus Police is approaching bike safety.
It is the easiest way to get from point A to point B. You're able to get in and out of traffic really easy. As long as you follow the rules of the road, you don't have to spend money on gas, so that's cool. And parking is pretty easy to find.
Sergeant Frank Herrera walked us through why biking is such a good option for getting to and from campus. With the start of a new school year, campus police have seen a change in the amount of cyclists on the road.
Ever since the students started moving back onto campus, we've seen a very large increase of cyclists on. At the same time, we've also seen a lot of traffic violations.
Sergeant Herrera teaches the bicycle diversion class, which cyclists can take if they receive a bicycle or skateboard-related citation in San Luis Obispo County. He listed the most common citations campus police see.
Stop sign violations or red light violations, cyclists going the wrong way on the road, and then headphones. A lot of cyclists don't realize that you're only allowed to have one headphone in your ear.
Like many other students, fourth-year environmental, earth, and soil science major Rachel was unaware of some of these laws.
I'm not good with the bike laws or anything. I know that you're supposed to stop at stop signs and all that, but unless there's clear signage, it's not really well known.
Along with the rest of campus police, Sergeant Herrera aims to change this lack of awareness surrounding bike safety laws with one main goal in mind.
Our main concern is we just want to make sure everybody's safe. We want to make sure everybody gets to point A to point B and be able to graduate on time. And if they don't follow the rules of the road and they get involved in traffic collision, it can be really bad. So yeah, that's all we ask, just follow the rules of the road.
For Mustang News, I'm Kai Malik.
For updates from Campus Police, follow CalPoly_police on Instagram.
Let's head to the San Luis Obispo Government Building, where I'll show you preparations for next month's election. 30,000. That's a little over how many sample ballots San Luis Obispo County used to test their voting machines. This is a logic and accuracy test, which is done in every state before every election to try to make sure every vote is counted correctly.
The purpose of our logic accuracy testing is to confirm that the voting system accurately records and counts votes for every ballot style and each possible selection. We use what's called an LNX5 pattern.
They're simulating the real election by marking sample ballots in a recognizable pattern. If the results match that pattern, the machines are working correctly. If there's an issue, it's spotted quickly and fixed. County Clerk Elena Cano tells us what they found.
The results from this testing were matched 100% to what the expected results were, and they can always come in and observe the process and participate in it as well. Definitely observe the 1% manual tally even after the election day and during the canvass.
First-time voters like Ava Acuesta experienced the turbulence of the 2020 election, which left many feeling unsure about election security.
The fact that there was so much outrage about the election being rigged and all of this just chaos that erupted last election kind of made me feel like the process wasn't too trustworthy, but overall I still do believe that everybody's vote will count towards something.
Election Day is November 5th, and official vote-by-mail ballots began arriving in mailboxes on October 7th. For more details, visit slocounty.ca.gov.
Thanks for tuning in to MNTV. I'm Evelyn Santa Rosa.
And I'm Natalia Young. We hope you have a great rest of your day.